Fe ddaeth y diwedd o'r diwedd ar gyfundrefn dieflig Slobodan Milosevic yn yr Hydref, wrth i'r wrthbleidiau uno gyda'r mudiadau protest a'r bobl cyffredin i hawlio'r etholiad drwy lenwi'r strydoedd, meddiannu adeilad y Senedd a dinistrio o ganolfan radio theledu a oedd yn galon i beiriant propaganda Milosevic. Dros ddegawd fe lwyddodd Milosevic i droi Serbia yn disaster zone, a trwy ymysodiadau cyson ar y cyfryngau annibynnol, fe geisiodd ddinistrio unrhyw wrthwynebiad tu fewn i wlad ei hun. Mae'r eitem sy'n dilyn yn olrhain rhywfaint o hanes canolfan radio annibynnol B92, a fe'n brwydro'n ddiddiwedd i gyflwyno'r gwir i drigolion Serbia. Fe lwyddodd B92 i redag gwasanaeth newyddion wrth-hiliol a wrth-sensoriaeth, law yn llaw a pholisi eangfrydig o gyflwyno cerddoriaeth cyfoes cutting edge i'r gwrandawyr. Mi es i draw i Belgrade i siarad efo rhai o sylfaenwyr yr orsaf radio i gael rhywfaint o'r hanes yn ogystal ag eisio darganfod pa fath o ddyfodol sy'n gwynebu'r genhedlaeth newydd.
We are creating media that everybody can trust, and part of it is that you share the experience with your own listeners. And this is why everybody is so connected with B92, because we really share the people's experience throughout the years. I mean, this was the idea when B92 was established in 1989. There was no real freedom of speech. It was a one-party system, and the people that were running this country were untouchable.
B92 has a really strong anarchic roots. I mean, people who started B92, they started it because they didn't believe in authorities. They reacted against certain political authority and certain cultural authorities. B92 is such a big window to a totally different world, you know. Still, in comparison with anything else you can get on Belgrade Airways, I mean, this sounds like light miles ahead, you know. I can say that Radio B92 had 5 or 6 jump hills, you know, at the beginning. I think that was a really crucial element of creating such a huge cultural impact, you know, on Belgrade scene. You know, because you have all this kind of a hype around B92 as a political medium, political tool. You know, bringing different view on vital issues like democracy and political life and human rights and stuff like that, which is something that should be really appreciated. You know, but for me, you know, the crucial role of B92 was always purely cultural.
Whenever you turn on the radio, there was something different happening. People were discovering things. This was the only way, you know, to develop anything like a civil society here. But just by, you know, hearing other people that, you know, live in the same city, asking questions and understanding that the level of consciousness here is much higher than you really aware of. And in this way, B92 connected people that didn't know that they really exist, and tried to educate and teach people about their own rights, because after, you know, so many years living in one party system, people just didn't know what their basic rights are. The other half of the story of B92 is this link with the pop music, which was the idea of B92 was to make that sort of a social rights and free speech talk part of a culture, part of the pop culture. And when I say pop music, I think we think more of that rebel line in it. I mean, from Clash to Public Enemy to Prodigy.
For 9 years, we never had a playlist before 1998. You know, the main criteria for us was to bring DJs and people that we have a trust in, you know, and then those people, they had their slots, you know, and they played the music, and they had a quite big freedom. Okay, I have to say that bottom line is that we really never crossed the line of decency. We never played Tina Turner, we never played Phil Collins, we never played shit that it's considered to be like top 40 music today. And the good thing is that we managed to build our own mainstream, which I would call some kind of a positive mainstream music.
Mae Slobodan Bujanovic, un o'r DJs ifanc Radio B92, wedi bod yn gefnogwr brwd o gerddoriaeth newydd o Gymru a dros y blynyddoedd wedi llwyddo i greu cysylltiadau rhwng B92 a labeli recordia yma yng Nghymru.
Though Serbia was isolated in a way in past 10 years, the Radio B92 was unisolated and tried to make things work. We put out lots of bridges, lots of contacts, lots of communication with different kind of medias, different kind of people. We kind of tried to break that isolation, and my part in that whole construction of called Radio B92 was, I don't know, I never had problems playing Welsh music or American music even during the bombings. I mean, we weren't broadcasting back then, but we were broadcasting via internet, and the music that was on our playlist was mostly American and Britain. We never said that Bill Clinton and Yola Tango are the same thing. For us, it wasn't. Sorry. This is actually Dom Omladine, the center of youth, and it was our first building where we worked, and then we moved to another building called Belgrade. It's a bit taller than this one, and I worked there. Yes, and then Milosevic cut us for the third or fourth time, I forgot, and then I had to work on Radio Yugoslavia with my friend Sasha Markovic. I did a special show about Welsh music with him, which lasted for about three and a half hours. We played only Welsh music in Welsh. We played zero of the English songs, even if it was a Welsh band. Mogu te zovem kasnije. If you're Welsh, you should be proud of the music you have in your country, and you should definitely support it, because I think that some of the bands that are making music there right now are creating the future of pop music. Whether you want to know that or not.
Führern der politischen Opposition hatte der Sender auch...
When there was an attempt to stop B92, for example, in 1996, where there was a huge civil marches that lasted 3 months, when Milosevic tried for the first time to steal the elections, they stopped B92 for 2 days, but there was a huge demonstrations. I mean, everybody was there already on the streets, so B92 got a lot of support. And from that moment in time, 1996, B92 developed into something more different, sort of a popular movement, against Milosevic, as a very important part of it. You just don't have time to get scared when these things are going on. You just seek for a right solution, how to do it. And the thing with B92 was that B92 was always divided in different sections which can operate autonomously.
At the moment, B92 is running, as far as I know, on 6 locations. I mean, it sounds pretty ridiculous, and sometimes you're losing quite a lot of energy, on connecting things and running around the city if you need to get something. But then it's safe, We could never imagine, Serbian police being so efficient, despite its negative image, to simultaneously attack, all six departments.
How did it take so long to get rid of someone you wanted to get rid of, Milosevic? Someone who was damaging your life?
If one day you'd woke up and decided that bombing Yugoslavia was not a good thing, and that your prime minister, if it was, for example, Tony Blair, was not right about it, and you'd like to change that, I think you should count and think about how much time, people, money, everything you need to change him, because he did something you considered was wrong, and that he shouldn't be in charge of a country if he can do that. I think that same problem goes everywhere. Milosevic was a serious problem here, and people were constantly trying to do something, but were constantly unable to do that the same way someone somewhere in the world is right now. Just try it and you will see how hard it is. I'm very patriotic, but in a positive way. I'm also very nationalistic, but also in a positive way. And I hope your viewers will understand that. I mean, people over here are truly European. We've just been isolated for too many years, and I'm repeating my suggestion again. Just try and imagine how would you feel if you were marginalized for 10 years. How much would your European spirit or your universal spirit, how long will it survive under those circumstances? Mine did, and for all of the people from Radio B92 and other similar organizations around Belgrade and Serbia, their spirit survived. And I think that people like us should be supported, and will try to spread the idea through Europe, through Belgrade, through Serbia, and then through Europe.